Hello and welcome to another episode of No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish with me, black comedian Vittorio Angelone.
And me, Irish comedian Mo Omar.
Do we think that opening sounds a bit fucking BBC Sounds?
Yeah, it does. I don't know who started it. And then I'm just such a
Go
follower.
in, shouldn't we?
I thought we would just. This is how I start a conversation. What's up? Oh, let's go back to 2000.
Japanese? What's up?
No, I thought it wasn't Japanese. I thought I was doing the what's up, you know, from like those 2000 adverts.
No, but you know that's not what you were doing because you just said it differently.
It was close though, right?
No, you said just what's up? And what up?
If we look back, my reaction, my face is also probably different. But do you know when you have in your brain kind of similar things kind of get grouped together in the same box?
Black people.
Yeah. No, not just black people. Wow, we're really getting into it straight away, huh?
People.
He said he came in angry. We didn't know about what, but we found out now. Black people.
Women.
No. So basically, I wanted to start off. Basically, yesterday what happened was I experienced a bit of London hospitality on my way home from Jimmy's. So first, I went to Jimmy's.
Does that mean you got mugged?
Huh? No. This is so close. So I leave Jimmy's place after he was a delightful host and that he was playing chess the whole time and wouldn't even look up at me.
Not even real chess?
No, real chess. It's chess on his phone that he can pause, okay? But he carries on playing, okay?
Probably the fastest moving game in the world either, is it? It's like, wait, my chess game!
And then all you hear is, I'm talking to Dev, his girl, and then all you hear is, do-tick, do-tick, do-tick. It's him moving his chess games, okay? And then once in a while, Dev will like turn to him and she'll go, do you remember that thing where, and then he'll go, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll go back to his chess game. It's like talking to an old couple where like one guy is obviously dementia has completely taken over, but he's the only one who remembers specific details. So he'll correct her on the special thing. It's very, if you've ever met someone with dementia, that was a great bit of observational comedy. It was sad, but it was a great bit of observational comedy. So anyway, what did I do? I got to my point, okay? I leave that house,
I
okay?
just get blown away by how far away from the story you can. It's unbelievable. It's like Stretch Armstrong just about holding on. Like, yeah, we're back in the story.
So I'm walking home, and then I'm on Essex Road. Shout out N1. It's N1. I'm just walking past it, okay? So I'm walking past it. I don't think it's N1. I'm just making a joke. And then I just see this huddled mass on the floor, okay, an umbrella next to it, and people are just walking around it. And it's just this old guy, just like this. And I'm like, why everyone's walking around it? There must be a reason they're walking around it. And this is the thing about group mentality. People are stepping over his umbrella. So I go up to it and I go, sir, are you okay? And he turns to me, and this guy's face is bloodied, okay? Half his face looks like it looks like someone has taken him and dragged him through the concrete, okay? And then I look around, like, no one else is helping him. I was like, this feels like one of those, you know, like in those South American countries, where do the devil's kiss thing, where they go, and then they get you to get your bank details out. I thought that was
What's the devil's kiss?
So it's this powder that they basically, like, someone will walk up to you and then just blow it in your face. And it'll make you very susceptible to suggestion. So like, hey, go get me. You've heard about this, right?
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, it takes away your willpower.
Yeah. So yeah. This thing exists. All right. Yeah. and you'll come around.
Imagine someone spiking your breath.
Yeah.
That's fucking mad.
Yeah,
So
you just have to inhale it. Yeah.
Someone will just go. They'll just blow it into your face, and you'll just come right
you
around.
act normal, apparently.
Is that what Peter Pan did to Emily? Is that her name?
100%.
Is it Emily?
Peter Pan roofied
No.
Emily.
Oh,
It's not Emily.
No, it's an older name than that. Old-fashioned name.
I don't know. Ethel?
No.
No, that's quite Ethel.
Sexy Ethel. Remember, Ethel used to be a
Wendy!
sexy name.
Wendy, that's
the one.
it, Wendy.
Wendy still is old.
There was definitely people listening going, Wendy. It's Wendy. It's fucking Wendy.
But
What was that with Peter Pan? The devil was like, Olaf.
The original before they translated it.
I like them young.
So with this poor guy, and then it's this old dude. Okay, it's this old Brazilian guy, and no one has helped him. And it turns out it's just that basically there was a bar nearby, and they're all stood outside because it wasn't that late. So there's people just stood there watching him, and then they were just like, "Oh, we just assumed he was drunk. Wasn't drunk, just clearly concussed on the floor." So I get him up, and then it's raining. He's soaked to the bone, and there's blood running all the way down his face from the fucking thing. And you know how like when it's raining, your blood so it just looks way worse than it is. So I get him up, and then obviously ambulance are busy nowadays. So because everyone's yeah. Shout out to Frontline. So basically, I call them up, and then everyone who walks past, and they were all English. Okay, everyone who walks past, because this is Islington. Everyone who walks past was just like, "Hey, is he all right?" A clearly bloodied man. Okay, what a bullshit question to ask someone. Like if imagine being, and he was like, and they went, "You okay? Are you guys all right?" And I went,
so the man was Brazilian.
The man was Brazilian. Yeah.
Right.
And then when I was talking on the phone to the person, the call handler was like, "Is he conscious?" And I went, "Yeah." And they were like, "Do you know who he is?" I went, "No." They went, "Why did you? What? How did you see him?"
In London, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think London's class because it's very diverse. There's all sorts of different people you meet. There's a lot of shit going on.
Some cruel shit, though.
But it's the same way. Did we talk about this? Where like left wing areas, like they're not like nice. It's not like a friendly place.
Let's not get it wrong. Right wing areas aren't nice either.
No. But you get those right wing like countryside places in like the
they're
middle
nice to
of
you maybe
shit
until you
all.
talk.
No, but it's like they're very like, "Oh, come on in. How can we help you?" People say hello on the street. No,
that's not.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, as in people are friendlier in the countryside.
Yes, and the
This
countryside
feels like the
tends
man
to
in
be
the
more-
high
Tends to be
castle.
more right wing.
Yeah.
Well, like so yeah, I think Notting
I don't
Hill,
think they're right wing.
So like in London, people will step over you if you're falling on the street, but like that won't happen in
Yeah, and
Guildford.
in Guildford they drive you to the edge of town, drop you there, and drive back. So maybe the difference is
In a nice car.
they'll just get you to the border and they'll just kick you out the car. But no,
But
that's
that is
not-
very long, and that's the. Do you know what that is? That's the great thing about London and the shit thing about London. In that, like,
You can murder someone on a street. Like I've seen
Yeah.
beatings happen, and people are just
that
walking
wasn't
around.
what
them.
I meant. But the
Hey, we did it together, okay? We did it together. That old lady deserved it. We said so.
I meant like you can do wacky shit
What have you
on the
done?
street. Like, so my mate came down to audition for French horn at the uni I went to,
Ayo.
and he like needed to practice on his mouthpiece,
Okay.
and he just sat down in the street and just started playing it, and no one gave him a second glance.
Oh yeah, that's
Whereas
true.
if you did that in Glasgow or Belfast, you would get the balls slagged off you and probably your head kicked in.
Oh yeah. When we did
So no one cares if you're having a good time or a bad time.
Yeah.
No one cares,
Mm-hmm.
which is good, but shit when Brazilians
When-
fall over.
When
It was
it's-
Neymar though, he probably dived.
He could barely.
Come on.
Hand of God. It
That's
was.
Argentina.
Is it? Same thing.
No, different colonial past.
Really?
Because Brazil speaks Portuguese, so they're Portuguese colonialists, and Argentina speaks Spanish, so it's Spanish colonialists.
They both sound very similar. Shout out Andre.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Portuguese
and Spanish sound the
No, they
same, bruv.
Portuguese is
yeah, Portuguese.
That was pretty fun.
I've always said Portuguese sounds like a deaf person speaking Spanish.
Fucking spot on.
You did not make that analogy.
Whammy.
first of all.
I've always thought that. Yeah,
Whammy.
That was way too clear and concise of an analogy.
Well, yeah, because I lived there, didn't I?
No, I just don't believe he came up with that. I've called plagiarism. There is someone in Spain who came up with that thought, and Jimmy went, "That's a good one, actually." And then he's come over
Do
here.
you mean like those French comedians that do Seinfeld's act?
yeah,
Isn't there
yeah.
one though?
The fun, no, but there's like loads of cases of like
really?
European.
Do you know what
There's
you are,
one
Jimmy?
guy
French
who's
comedians.
Do you know what you are,
become famous
Jimmy?
off of it, right?
Do you know what you are?
Yeah.
You're just a French comedian. That's all you are. You'll never be anything more.
But a
Not
the
even
best
German.
French comedians English as well.
Who?
Marcel Leconte.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. Have you ever spoken to him in real life? He's
No,
just a
but he's
normal,
super
he's a
nice.
really nice guy. And it completely threw me because I was such a fan for ages. And then at the back of the gig, I went, "Hey, man." He went, "All right, man." I went, "Fuck, what?" Because
You know Marcel Leconte?
I've not seen any of his stuff. I've only heard of him.
English
He's
guy
amazing.
that does a French character.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
his stuff is on Live at the Electric. It's just a really sad, it's really like sardonic, oh, that's a good word, character.
Does
Shout out
it
to
mean
Vogue.
how you meant
But
it
Jimmy
to
did
me?
not come up with that analogy.
I definitely did.
I defend that to the end of the earth.
That's
So
trademark
you're
territory.
helping Roberto Carlos down the street.
So I'm helping Jose Mourinho down the street. Is he Portuguese? It's the same. It's the
That is
same.
that Portuguese and Brazilian. They both speak Portuguese. I'm on board.
I honestly think all these countries are next to each other.
This is how I feel about where you were born.
Yeah, but my countries are next to each other.
Yeah, Portugal and Spain are next to each
Everyone.
other. But Brazil's
If
elsewhere.
yesterday I met a comic.
No, but
who-
Somalia could border with China in my head
and you can't tell the difference.
and Ghana.
That's not. You're just an idiot then.
Yeah, well, you've gone.
I've gone. Two things sound similar, and you went, yeah, they kind of do, but they don't.
No,
And
no, no, what
you've
you
gone,
said.
Chinese people and black people, nah, one and the same.
That's not-
That's what
no.
you've just said.
Stop straw manning me, you stupid bastard.
No, what you've done is you dumb shit.
No, because what you said is all these countries are next to each other. Where you mentioned a country in South America and a country in Europe.
Pangea,
So I went
they were
Africa,
once together.
Asia.
No, that's not true. That was so far up. That's so far. They don't even look the same. They don't even look the same. Portuguese and Spanish people look so similar.
I'd like to remind the audience that I'm actually the only one with a BSc in geography.
We didn't need a reminder that you're fucking retarded, man.
Yeah. we don't care, all right? Listen, I've dropped out of 4 degrees. How many have you dropped out of, all right? That means I failed at all of them.
Did you get Desmond?
What's a
Did I
Desmond?
get, a 2-2, yeah. Yes, I did actually.
What did you get?
2-1, mate.
Too long.
Almost,
Yeah, but...
almost a 1-1.
Oh, that's waving flag.
Yeah.
We're good. Listen, all of you guys spent all your time working out your educations. You know what I did? I went to the University of Life, mate. And I failed. And I got a 3.
I love like the thought of like because there's all like normally it's just like little cunty scumbags that say I went to the University of Life, but you like were a refugee and stuff. So you, like it carries so much more weight.
It's a legitimate
Like, University of Life, mate. Never had a passport.
No, it's not that I've never had a passport. It's just that I've had several.
And they're different names.
I just found it weird, man. It was the first time I felt the loneliness of London.
The first time you've lived
first
in London
time.
for like 30 years.
I look Cocoa Bar,
I don't know how old you are. You could
no,
be 40 and I
I
wouldn't
just. Is it warm in here?
No.
It
I
is
don't
warm.
understand how you're from Somalia.
It's warm.
And every
I'm
day-
from Wales.
No, but
More than
you're
half my life is
born.
Wales.
But like you're
Yeah, when I was 8.
because you learn hot and cold when you're a little baby.
No, I didn't learn it then.
You fucking should have. Because everywhere
I
we
had to
go,
wait
like,
until university.
what happens when you've spent time in Somalia since? Are you just like naked? Just
I just don't leave
dripping with
I
sweat?
don't leave the. I don't leave. In direct sun, I don't walk around direct. I'm like a vampire during the, and I also bathe in blood. No, they weird. I don't know why I said that. Let's clip that. But basically, I sit in this shade all day. I read a lot. I listen to BBC World Service, for the whole time. 4 men were killed in Tajikistan. Do you know that Family Guy bit when he's trying to get the ham radio to work, and he's just like. All I get is this one BBC thing with British guy telling me made up countries. It's like 2 people have died in Tajikistan where the Wonga Wonga people. And BBC World Service is just like that.
Yeah.
It's just 24 hours of like, I once listened to an hour documentary on Anjero, which is like the Ethiopian sourdough pancake thing. Genuinely, whole documentary. And I went, defund the BBC. That's what I said.
Maybe Laurence Fox has just been tuned into the wrong BBC station.
He's like, it's all about Africa. It's always about Africa. He doesn't know there's a local London
He's accidentally
station.
on the BBC Asian network. He's like, why are they all Asian?
Shout out Loza.
Loza Fox, squirt.
Squirt. The
Have you seen the
husband.
trailer for his new party?
What political party?
Yeah.
Oh god, what's happened?
He
to
just
him?
has such cuck.
What like
cuck vibes.
Like something happened. Like he
got-
can't turn this
Got
quickly.
divorced.
He's
Is
got
that
divorced.
it?
His Billy Piper
Have you
left
seen the
him.
TV show?
And
Apparently.
now we all have to suffer
Yeah.
this.
No,
Oh my god.
No. But this is so funny. Okay, if you watch the TV show, the guy who she cheats on him with is a black guy, and Billy Piper turned him racist.
What do you mean the TV show?
There's a TV
Doctor
show.
Who.
It's hilarious. It's so.
No,
It's such a good TV
It's
show.
not Doctor
First of all, it's a legitimately funny, like good show. It's a good drama. But
What's
all I could infer,
it called?
it's called. What is it called?
He
What's it
doesn't
called?
know.
I can't Google something I don't know
Billy
the name of.
Piper.
Billy Piper
Black
TV show.
guy TV
Why?
show.
That's just a 101 of Googling stuff. It's just put in the words you've already heard. You fucking
Black guy TV show.
Not
Okay.
black. Oh, hey! If anyone wants to apply for Jimmy's job,
Collateral. Is it that?
I'll just be next to him.
Collateral?
telling- Huh? No. Oh my god! I'll just do it.
Latest
Watch.
TV show.
I'm gonna
yeah.
just tell my phone. I'm gonna ask my phone, and it'll tell me Billy Piper
It's
TV.
guy-
I hate Susie.
I
Yeah.
hate Susie.
But watch this. This is. He was like, you didn't give me enough information. I will do the same amount. Billy Piper TV show.
These are the top results.
First thing, I hate Susie.
Yeah, to be fair.
Mate, you're gonna get replaced by a fucking Android voice, okay?
So she left him. Laurence Fox has been spiraling since.
yeah. And I can't believe I really like diverse casting, but we didn't need it to be a black guy in that diverse casting, because all it told us was, if you let black people in your lives, they will fuck your wives and take your fabric.
That's his lived experience.
That
of
is his
black
lived
people,
experience. What if he's the real writer behind I Hate Susie?
so- But get up his trailer that he brought out today.
They
It's very
divorced
dramatically
in
lit.
2016. It's because she's got a new husband. guy.
But you know the Wikipedia
The
page
trailer
says
for it.
the Wikipedia page says Laurence Fox has mentioned that it has nothing to do with a third person, which means if you had to say that, it definitely has a
Yeah, it
third.
has nothing to do with that black guy.
But he's not even a
I heard
black
his
guy.
dick's not even that big.
Well, who? No one's dick's that big. It's a really good show though. It was really good.
Okay.
The Reclaim Party.
Jimmy just went follow.
Reclaiming
All
the
human
Reclaiming
beings
Party.
are born free and equal in dignity and rights.
Except you,
They are
black boy.
endowed with reason and conscience and should act
Why is
towards
the
one
lighting so
another in a
dramatic?
spirited brotherhood.
He's so sweaty.
This is the first article of the
to make him
Universal
feel like he got
Declaration of
cast
Human
in something.
Rights, 1948. And for all those that knock us, Britain has been a shining example of these values: democracy, equality, dignity, diversity.
They did win Britain's Got
In
Talent.
recent times, however, these values have begun to be undermined in favour of a new ideology, an unforgiving and divisive political correctness,
Why
an
can't I say the
ideology
N-word
which
anymore?
demands compliance.
He hasn't
or
learned his
else.
lines.
Huh?
He hasn't
Instead
learned his
of basing
lines.
your
That's why you haven't
feelings
been
about
cast for
someone
anything,
by
you stupid
focusing on their
cunt.
What do
character,
you mean he hasn't
these
learned his line?
ideologues
He's reading it,
instead
look at his
insist
eyes.
we focus on immutable characteristics such as skin colour or sexual orientation as a way of defining, judging and
Oh, he is
weighing
reading.
the value
What cuck?
of their fellow human
Just
beings'
typical
hearts.
cuck behavior.
Hierarchies of
fucking cunt.
victimhood have replaced the spirit of brotherhood.
The posit. I was working I did work experience in a special needs school once, and they were doing sex education, and the teacher goes, "Put your hand up if you've got a willy," and the boys all put their hand up, and this kid at the back goes, "The brotherhood."
I didn't know where that story was going. I didn't know. You took a lot of. There were a lot of corners I thought you were gonna
Oh, bag! It's
Proud
okay.
cultural heritage and the many great contributions that Britain has made to the world and now casts aside in favour of a different view. That far from being a warm and welcoming, tolerant place to live, this United Kingdom of ours is a hotbed of much of the evil perpetrated in the world.
Learn
Someone
your
should just
lines.
clip that up and make it something
Racial
else.
divisions are being stoked instead of reduced.
Stoked.
Millions of decent people across this land are being told that they're inherently racist and that their racism is incurable, based solely on the colour of their skin. They're told that their white privilege blinds them to the suffering of others. Children are indoctrinated in school. Supermarkets virtue signal their compassion and the drive for equality
Fuck
by promoting
Sainsbury's.
racially segregated safe
specific.
spaces.
So specific.
And our government seeks even more power over our lives and minds to the point of seeking to police conversations we have around our own dinner tables.
We remember he's an actor. Never forget that. That wasn't the full speech.
Reclaim Party. Yeah, we're just watching the trailer. It's a half an
Get
hour.
the replies. Get the
the
replies.
replies.
Let's see what it's like. Let's
How?
see how unbelievably racist.
This?
Yeah. it'll just be a bunch of racists going, "Oh yeah, mate, do one of your fucking ethnics." Sorry for making them working class, but let's be real.
Because the rich ones just give them money. that's you never hear them mouthing off. And also, someone made a good point. The no deal Brexit thing, where the millionaires who are saying it'll be fine, will survive it. They've already got money saved up.
Yeah, they're making money off it.
Yeah,
they've got clever bankers working for them.
Where is the PPE? That's not a good chance.
No, it's not. Black of the week. Who's your black of the week?
Oh, my black of the week is you go first.
That's a funny name. He's a Nigerian.
Ghanaian.
You go first. Hello, my name is You Go First.
No, I was trying to remember who I was.
He never laughs at any time I make fun of black people.
Maybe I'll.
You make fun of Irish people.
I don't make fun of Irish people.
You do, and
this
I laugh.
is supposed to be an anti-colonial podcast. I won't be surprised if we're on the Reclaim Party video one day.
But we're supposed to break down divisions by being mean about each other.
I will be. Just
Am I blinded by my white privilege?
I do. What I'm gonna do. First of all, yes. but second of all, if I'm gonna be racist, I'm gonna do it in an original way. Okay, so if you see me being racist, it'll be like, whoa.
But that's way easier.
What, an original?
That's like saying, like, if I'm gonna make an electric guitar song, I'm gonna do it in an original way. That's way easier because playing electric guitar hasn't existed for us. Whereas I'm gonna make an original piano song. The piano's been around for fucking years. Being racist towards black people, it's been going on for fucking centuries.
I'm sorry. What happened to we were indentured servants as well?
No, but you guys have had it worse. Let's agree on that.
Okay, I'm glad. We're gonna keep that on record that he has agreed to that.
Don't you dare start this punching up nonsense.
The problem is,
take longer to say whatever you're about to say.
The problem is, so I'm about to call you Lucas, who was my childhood friend, who's just made me racist.
And you spent 10 minutes going. The problem is, and we're back. So as I was saying, it's way harder to have an original take on being racist against black people, because racism against white people is like the new thing.
Oh my god! You watched the one trailer of Laurence Fox, but
it's like being like Mumford & Sons towards the start, and they were like, "We've got a banjo," but none of their music was original, but everyone was like, "Banjo!" So it's new, but you could just do all the same.
I just want to remind: this is the great thing about history, is that you can
repeat it.
You can repeat. It will be repeated, but like I'm just telling you now, okay? If Laurence Fox gets his way, we go first. You go right after us.
In that poem where it's like first they came, it's like second they came.
You and you can only stay quiet for so long before you talk, and they'll know that you're not.
Yeah, I'll just be walking around going, "Hello, old chap, having a nice day."
And then it's like that. Did you hear the story of Lawrence of Arabia, who? He was one of the only
Maybe
first.
We should fuck him off to the desert.
In the Lawrence of Arabia, you will. No, basically,
that's got a really difficult timpani solo in it.
It's a song. What's a timpani solo?
So timpanis are those big four drums, ling bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim.
Does have names?
Yeah, timpani.
A solo.
Yeah.
I know people always ask
me about.
Of
Lawrence of Arabia, it's like this pure mad, like all crazy, because he's just walking around the desert, just a
he was actually instrumental in a lot of pain. The
Lawrence
actual guy, Laurence.
I've never seen the film.
No, the actual guy. It's actually the nickname was for a English intelligence officer, and he basically. Anyway, so I'll check this. I want to just check this. So
what do you want to check?
No, I just want to check that the story I'm about to tell is a real one. And
no, just tell the story.
Huh? I'd rather not. When
was this podcast ever about facts?
I just want to be right. You get to check stuff, okay?
When
you
I just say
it illustrates your point better if you get to. Okay, yeah, I was right then. So basically, he was this.
At the end of this, we're gonna roll credits and say based on a true story.
Listen, what happened to you today? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. He came with a bit of an axe to grind, and he's found his stone. I'm his rock.
I just need a bit more point to tell me the story.
If you just let me talk.
you just let me talk in 45 minutes, you'll know what I'm talking about.
If we all tell stories in different ways. See, now you've just made it longer for us, okay? So, where was I? Laurence of Arabia. All right. Are you frustrated?
I'm listening.
Okay. So basically, he was one of the only people who managed to go to the Mecca, where you know where Mecca is.
Mecca. Yeah,
Mecca. That's what it's called.
That's where you pray towards.
Yeah, the pilgrimage, which when you go to, I went there. Muslims can enter the city of Mecca because it's a holy city.
Yep.
Because the last time they let them in, they built Israel. Just
Real specific joke there, Mo.
Get that? Can you write the time?
No,
Because it's an that's anti-Semitic. That's not of it.
but it's also funny. So
Yeah, no. I'm not. I don't mean that. Just check the
I
contract.
hate the comedians now have to go, I don't mean that. Obviously.
Well, people can. I don't want to get into trouble. Yo, are you my voice? No, say it. No, fuck off. I don't want to say it. I don't say it. Can we just timestamp that bit, the Israel thing? Just cut it out.
Timestamp the Israel thing. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So Laurence of Arabia
Yeah.
was this officer, and he basically you can only get into Mecca with if you're Muslim. But he basically went in with a thing, and he pretended to be Muslim. And the only time that they found out, the only time that he nearly got caught was he was
doing a
peeing.
piss in the urinal. Really? I was doing it as a joke, and they noticed he
No,
wasn't
for real. So the way that he was peeing was like the English way, where they stand up and they're just pissing, and he just lifted up his robes. Well, normally you do he was performing ablutions, and it was different to how they use. So anyway, a kid saw him. I don't know why this fucking pervy little kid following people around.
Creepy wee bastard.
That
Kid grew up to be Aziz Ansari.
So he basically essentially that's the story. I don't know how we got to that point. See,
So when you're wearing a robe, do you just walk over the hole and then just start pissing straight down?
No. I don't know the specifics because you didn't let me tell the story properly. You didn't let me do any research. You just want to get off the top of the dome. Do you know what that makes? A shit story, okay?
Just add in some shit, make it up,
No.
whatever.
I don't have the imagination to make up truth, okay?
Good luck being a comedian.
No, because everything I say is honestly what I think. That's why when I talk about those numbers... No, I'm just kidding. I should stop mentioning the numbers thing because it's starting to become my catchphrase.
What numbers?
It's a very Ike thing to say. There's Ike. It's always like David Icke thing when he goes like, they're all lizards. It doesn't
Yes.
make sense.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
pedophiles are everywhere. Although...
The numbers, they don't add up though.
yeah, the numbers, they don't add up. It's like, but the crazy thing about conspiracy theorists now is it's become much crazier because some of the stuff they've said has come out as true.
Yeah,
So, like,
Alex Jones and shit.
The Lolita Express and all that stuff. So it's, Alex Jones, they were talking about it. They were like, but it's just emboldened them to go even wilder.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's like the sun is a conspiracy against the moon. I don't know. I'm not good at making up truths, as I've said before.
Black of the week.
Who was my black of the week? Wait.
Mine's Dave Chappelle. Should we talk about mine?
Can I just...
Yeah. It's just so much
What
dead
does he
air.
want to do?
Huh?
He just wants to get up his black of the week. on
I
his
just
phone.
want to look at something and he goes, well, can we just hurry? Where are you going? Where are you going?
It's just so much dead air.
It's not dead air. He'll edit it out. We're not a radio.
Don't give him the harder job.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's all right. Carry on.
Oh, so when you do it, it's fine. When you can just look at something.
So
Ladies and
rarely-
gentlemen,
I so
Ladies
rarely
and gentlemen,
do
this
that.
is our first fight, okay? This is our first fight.
Live
No,
on
you go
air.
ahead. You go ahead. I'll just make something up.
Please do. I don't know why you're obsessed with facts. Are you Ben
I
Shapiro?
just want to start. First of all, worst example of someone who has facts.
No, because that's his whole thing. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Isn't he a massive anti-factualist? Oh no, he's an anti.
Feelings exist?
No. No, fuck it.
He's Jewish.
Is he Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh, thought so.
It's so funny for someone that religious to be like, facts don't care about your feelings. And
He's
I'm
not
like,
religious at all.
He's,
and that
he
was a
wears
joke.
the thing.
No, he doesn't. Does he?
Yeah, he does.
I thought the whole point is that he's like a massive alt-rightist.
Yeah. But
So
they
how
call
can
him
he be-
alright, but he's Jewish. He's obviously not a fucking alt-right.
Oh, so he's what's the word for them? I think they call him. He's like a BIM. He's like a bin guy.
An Uncle Abraham.
Yeah.
BIM? What's a BIM?
BIM. You remember BIM from the last few episodes?
Oh,
the Vittorio Angelone who's like racism doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So he's like that. So my black of the week is Dr. Joy. I was listening to her on Kano Talks. So Kano, do you know Kano the musician?
He's
Yeah,
Grime?
he's been yeah. But he also does like acting and all that other stuff. He's the guy who did there was it was a really famous show. I can't remember. Top Boy, that's the one. But he basically started doing this thing called Newham Talks, where he talks to people originally from that area.
Mm-hmm.
And this book is all about like it's all about basically the revitalizing urban areas, so like inner city areas, and how now that basically when people move into places like Newham, they basically just like they don't try and incorporate into what's the architecture of that place is. Instead, they just demolish it and then they start all over again.
Yeah.
And then so her full name is Dr. Joy White, I think. If you write if you write Dr. Joy and then Newham,
more like White of the Week.
No, she's black.
But her name's White. I was making a little joke about that.
I've just thought we were in a post-joke world. There was a bit of tension earlier. If it's been cut out, there was a bit of tension earlier. that me and Jimmy not Jimmy. Luke. No. Do you hate it when I do that? Does it hurt you?
It feels disrespectful.
Yeah, I hope so. First time was an accident. This time, Terraformed. That's the name. Yeah.
Terraformed.
So it's a really interesting book, and the way she talks about it, you should listen to her talk on New.
Well, there's a little animation.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I love you.
Neoliberalism masquerades as common sense, inviting us to believe that only the market can deliver goods and services. Public services have been chopped up, sold off, and outsourced. Until the COVID-19 pandemic, the idea of the state providing a safety blanket for its citizens in hard times has been an unpopular opinion.
The least engaging voiceover I've ever heard in my life.
She's an academic.
I thought she was black.
Yeah. How do you think she talks?
I thought it would be a bit more
Well, you can't see her hands. That's why. Yeah. It's just her voice doesn't communicate what she's doing. No, but she's just an academic who basically she's also one of those people who like she started becoming an academic pretty late in life, which is really always like it's always impressive when people do that. I mean, depending on how the career goes, I might be doing that. So
what would be your choice of academic?
I would love to work in like some sort of like microbiology or something, because then it's like loads of just like I used to do that every Saturday with my cousin, and he just
you used to do microbiology every Saturday with your cousin.
So because he's
that's fucking mad.
We just help him with like
Yep, you've got crabs.
no, like it's not that. It's about like I would just clean up his utensils and like
putting worms in the microwave.
Put stuff with pipettes. No, it was really interesting. But also, it was because you get your own little space, and you have this little office, and he was there every day. Every day he would be there, and you can get there as early as you want, because they just open. They give you keys. You walk in and out of your labs, and it's like this small little nook in the world that he had complete control of.
That's why you want to do microbiology.
I just want to be an academic.
With a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, I just picked a title, which is the closest thing I've done. But I'd love to. What else would you do?
What academic thing would I do?
No, if you could do another job that's outside the arts.
Job outside the arts, no performing or any shit like that.
Reader of the Reclaim Party.
I don't think I can.
Just try and imagine.
I think I would construction.
You think you're a tough guy?
When I was 14, I wanted to leave school and do like an apprenticeship.
Yeah, we all did, but then that's because we didn't want to be in school. Do you think you genuinely work in construction?
Yeah, I think I'd be good at it.
Cause like
I'm strong.
You just flex.
I'm strong.
You just flex at me.
I'm strong.
I saw a muscle pop. No,
and it would be physical. I'd be like moving, and that's my thing. I can't sit.
But that job's gonna go out of out of circulation in the next like 20 years.
I think you're wrong about that.
But it's automation. It's a genuine thing.
Not for building buildings.
You want to be like on the top of a skyscraper, like a famous New York picture.
Do you know
Bunch of
where
people.
all of those guys are from?
Where?
Ireland.
Really?
They're all like everyone who built any fucking skyscraper. Irish people built London, built New York. Fucking.
I thought it was loads of there's a story of like Native Americans who basically they would climb up really high because they were used to the plains. They had no concept of like fear of heights, so they used to just climb up and like with no harnesses.
That could be the same with the Irish guys. They were saying like those guys in that photo on the Empire State when they were building it probably were from the west coast of Ireland and had never seen anything taller than a cottage.
Yeah. Ah, that's so scary.
It's fucking crazy, and they just like dander about on this.
How would you not have? Why would you not have a concept? It's so alien to me that you wouldn't have a concept of fear for the heights. Because I immediately, like, I'm scared right now.
I had a panic attack at the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Were you trying to propose?
Nope, just trying to live my life. I just sat down.
Why were you there?
I was with a youth orchestra on tour in France.
Were you playing something there in the Eiffel
No,
Tower?
it was just like on the tour. We were in Paris, so we went up the Eiffel Tower.
When in Paris?
Go up the Eiffel Tower. But it's shit because the only thing to look at in Paris is the fucking Eiffel Tower.
Well, no, apparently that's the... Was it the guy who... I don't know, so it's a very famous French saying is the best view in France is from the Eiffel Tower because then you can't fucking see the thing.
Or do they not like
They
it?
hate it, they fucking hate it.
They
It's
hate
ugly.
everything. Fucking
But
smelly bastards.
there's loads to do in France. There's like underground parties on the trains and stuff.
Yes, but I'm saying that as in to look at in
Mhm.
Paris, like if you're looking at the Paris skyline, the only really thing to look at is the Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower. So it's like, why would you go up one of those? So it cuts out half of your shit to look at.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should just scrap the thing, melt it down, sell it for parts. I think just build something new. Tear it down.
Like
Tear.
this fucking
Yeah, wasn't
white
this
lady
the
was talking
opposite of
about.
what-
No. This is not about.
Trying
I
to
was just
rejuvenate the area.
trying to find something funny in that.
Do you know how many fake Gucci sunglasses would get smashed if you tore down the Eiffel Tower?
Why?
There's loads of guys selling fake sunglasses at the
That's
Eiffel
true.
Tower.
There we are. I was just looking for a punchline in that. So we press play. I want to hear what.
Do you know what's the rest?
Yeah.
Hyper-individualism is now the name of the game. In these neoliberal times, whether you win or lose at life depends on your individual efforts. Anyone can rise to the top. You just have to keep at it and work hard. But meritocracy is a fabrication that masks enduring inequalities. Newham is an urban, multicultural borough situated in East London. As a historically poor area, it illustrates the changing fortunes of the inner city in the last 4 decades. With a focus on young black lives and using a new theoretical framework of hyper-local demarcation, Joy White looks at how legislation, communities, sonic landscapes and town planning come together to shape a newly gentrified urban landscape.
There we are.
Very good.
Well, at least people on the right and the left can send me to sleep with their fucking voices. We've learned that today.
You're angry today. That's
I-
a really interesting idea.
I couldn't listen to it.
Hmm?
And that was
I
a
wasn't
very boring
engaged.
voiceover.
The voice.
At all. And the cartoon was all black and white.
Yeah, because the
very
whole.
serious subject.
Yeah, the whole point. We'll make it funny. She doesn't need to make it funny.
She doesn't need to make it funny. She needs to make it engaging. The
Okay.
problem is that black people are sad and...
No, that's not what she said.
I know
There's a difference between satirizing something, and there's like that's not what she said at all. Did you hear?
Oh, man brings out the big guns. All right.
It's just no, because it's bullshit. Because you didn't listen to the thing, did you? You were just, and it's like you asked me for my black of the week.
can't. No,
and then I
that's
put
how
it
my
up.
fucking... I can't be engaged by something.
You really couldn't do it, but you could do John Cage 4 minutes of silence. That's just try and imagine it. Just try and imagine the fact that this person has no interest in entertaining you.
It's
We're
not
the
entertaining,
entertainers.
it's engaging.
No.
But that
You literally,
clip
how
is
long was that
supposed to
video?
be engaging.
How long was that video, Jimmy?
Not very long.
Not very long.
But it wasn't engaging
You've
at
got
all.
a degree, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and utilize the critical thinking aspects of that. Just put your mind out there. What did she talk about? It wasn't just all the low hanging fruit aside. What did she say?
It's not low hanging fruit. I couldn't pay attention to that. I'm very fucking scatterbrained ADHD. I can't pay attention.
Are
if
you
someone's
telling me
not
about being
engaging me.
scatterbrained? But I could handle my attention span.
But don't tell me how my fucking brain works.
I will. It's working wrong. That's how it's working. Okay.
I need to. I couldn't pay attention to what the fuck she was saying.
That you really couldn't?
No, I zoned out immediately. And
Immediately,
it's
that's
not
crazy.
conscious. Just the way she was talking, I was like, "Fucking see you later. I'm out." My brain just went elsewhere, and there's nothing I can do about that. And you're saying like, "Oh, you're a fucking racist for not listening to the."
I didn't say you're a racist. We've got recordings now. No one said you're a racist. I'm saying
But that's what felt. You've seemed really angry at me for not listening.
Instead of going for the low hanging fruit, we can find something much better.
But that's not but that's not what I'm doing. I'm not trying to cut her down. I'm just saying I have no idea what she just said.
That's
because immediately I'm checked out because it was so poorly made and poorly voiced over. She doesn't have to voice it over. Anyone could have voiced that over. Pay someone.
No.
Pay someone engaging to read that.
I don't think she didn't. That is somebody else. They have picked.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Where did they go to drama school?
They had the yeah. But this is a problem, especially because it's probably local council funded. But the
but that shit's important.
Sorry, local
it's
council.
important.
No,
I'm not. Because if it's an important idea, that's important to make it fucking engaging.
I'm not angry at you. I'm you know what I am? Do you know what I am, Vittorio? Do you know what I am? I'm disappointed.
But you know, it's doing all right with people who already fucking agree.
Huh?
There's nothing.
It's doing all right.
There's
with people
nothing
who,
to disagree. But yeah.
But that's what I mean.
It's just a study.
If you no, but if it's all like, it's just
shall I tell you?
It's so not engaging.
Yeah, well, yeah, but also it's semi-engaging to me because I did an internship with stuff relative to it, and I know what they're talking about when they talk about Newham. So basically, they're talking about the after the 2012 Olympics, like that whole most of it being in Newham was completely razed to the ground, and they built all of these.
Also, it's talking about it's also talking about how meritocracy.
And
is
now most of them are left. Now
we've discussed this before about.
Oh yeah, but they're the bigger ideas in the book. But like, what they and then all of those.
I didn't even know it was a book.
Yeah.
It's if we had been able to just listen to it, and then I would have gone, oh, that was the reason why I picked this is because. But instead, during it, all I heard was you on the side going. I'm like, he's not even trying. It's just like he won't even be silent enough for the audio to go through.
I did try.
You didn't try.
That's
how I felt. That's why.
Don't me try again.
No, you don't need to try again. Because frankly, I'm taking it back. I'm taking what Joy White deserves more respect than that. All right, that it's a really interesting idea. It's all about. Last week we were talking about. It wasn't last week. A couple of weeks ago we were talking about how the idea of meritocracy, the idea that people get their own thing no matter how hard they work, it's a fabrication. And she continues with that idea. And basically the book is a micro study in the area of Newham, but it applies much more massively. Like we see it all the time with like people who are like, oh, it just depends on how hard you work. Obviously it does depend on how hard you work, but there are barriers. Yeah, there are structural things. So when Loza is talking about how like people are creating divisions, so the reason why he's allowed to, the reason why he can say stuff like that and people just agree is because no one listens to the point. Because it's not about racial divisions or anything. It's really about classism. It's just, that's all it is. It doesn't. Rich people don't care what color you are. You're still a fucking stain on their shoe. So I don't know why I've just turned into Che Guevara.
But do you think that focus on race is kind of being like used by the fucking elite rich people who fucking own everything, or not even used, just like they're not mad at it because at least poor people are just fighting amongst themselves. It's like that whole Brexit thing where it's like the former industrial communities in England have been completely shafted by successive governments since Thatcher and just have been given nothing to be proud of, nothing to belong to, nothing to work for, no values, just fucked, just like empty, soulless little they all look the fucking same. They all have a big service station. They all have a big Sainsbury's.
Yes,
They
yeah.
all those villages and towns in the Middle England look the fucking same. So they have no identity to them anymore. They used to be like, this is our mine. This is what we do. This is the brass band made out of mine workers. This is our fucking shit.
Yes, yeah.
But now, so they need something to belong to, and the easiest thing to belong to is to be anti something else.
Yeah.
So the thing that they've found and stumbled upon is anti-immigration, and it's these rich people have just taken advantage of that and gone, oh yeah, it's their fault. Whereas realistically, it's the structural problem's fault.
So that's what I was trying to. That's the point I was trying to get to, because I feel like if we are gonna talk about topics like this, the fun parts come out of the fact that we can't go into something that's really murky and hard for most people to like we can take something that's boring and make it funny, or like, but it's like if we just talk about like all that, if we are
you want to talk about meritocracy?
No, not just meritocracy, but it's the podcast is called No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish, and it came from the idea. The reason why we're doing it is because we don't want to do like the fucking bullshit Americanism. Chinese people be like, I don't want to like. Those things do exist.
Yeah, but there's also political podcasts.
No, but we're not a political podcast. We're like, it's a social thing. We're talking about like our experiences. But when we talk about the Black of the Week, because like I said like a few weeks ago, when you were like, you don't want to do Black of the Week, do you? And or like the segments.
the things.
And I was like, no, I do. But it's hard to balance being lighthearted and doing research into something, because then you come up with something and you're like, oh, this thing is interesting. And then if you don't explore the idea properly, it can feel like, oh, I just did. It's like turning up with homework in school, and the teacher would go, have you guys all done your homework? Cool. Everyone just put them in your bags again, and you're like, oh, I spent time on this.
Okay.
That was my. I was like, let's probably chat about this, because then the funniness will come when.
But
like,
I think what would have been better is
if I had done the voiceover.
Not if you've done the voiceover, because I'm not like, that was a dog shit video.
100%.
But what we do normally and what should happen is, and Happy New Year, by the way, that so you like, we both go in, do the research about the weeks, and then just come in and like, because you could have just explained that to me rather than us watching that video.
I didn't
and
pick
it would
that.
have gone.
We found it and we were like, let's just play it. And I thought it might be interesting. And it was boring. I would have agreed with you. But it's just like your first thing when she was talking to you was like, why is her voice like that? And I went,
Yeah, that's how my brain works.
that's
I'm sorry.
just we sometimes
Tell me about Joy White.
when you jump
Tell
the
me about
gun,
her.
you get shot, and I just don't want us to get shot that quickly. I apologize if you felt like I heard.
This is excellent podcasting. It's very, because this is a very genuine conversation. that
Yeah,
people are hearing right now.
100%. But this is, I don't want it to be like, you see those fucking podcasts on like sounds and stuff, and it's like, they're like, we've got a black one and we have a white one, and let them now talk about what it's like. And then they come
But
on like,
this-
hey, do you like jollof? And it's just like,
Yeah.
and we don't want that fucking jog shit, shallow water bullshit. We want like actual, real, like.
It's a tricky balance though, because a lot of people, like, I know we have a lot of listeners in like Belfast, so they have almost no experience of like real cultural diversity. They just go, we believe in this Jesus, and no, we believe in the other Jesus. And it's just
Yeah.
fucking
And then I come in
nonsense.
and I'll go, you're all wrong.
He was black.
Jesus.
But so it is important to talk about the shallow stuff, because I like, and my experience of it is that that's something I've really loved in moving to London and living here, is finding out the absolute 101 basics of all these different cultures and different things that I had no concept of before. Never heard of jollof rice before I arrived in London.
Yeah.
Never heard of like like Jamaican food. Didn't even know, like, couldn't tell you the
Yeah.
first thing about Jamaican food. Couldn't tell you like just loads of shit. Like like just had no concept of like true diversity. So I know that a lot of people who listen to this, and not to like patronize the audience or whatever, but
Because
like,
they have read it, and some of them are.
they've read it. But
on
listen,
4chan.
I got to 18 or whatever, and like my mum wouldn't know what jollof rice was. She has no concept of
It's because your mum's a
Because
dick.
no, but growing up in Belfast, it's just like black people,
Yeah.
and then you come to London, it's like, oh no, there's Jamaicans,
I didn't see as many black
West
people
Indians,
as in London.
Somalis,
Yeah.
fucking Africans, but then within that, Nigerians, Ghanaians,
Yeah.
Congo, like
Mm-hmm.
all this mad shit. So it's like, I think, in a way, it's like you have to remember that we're not where we, and I'm guilty of this a lot. I say that I write jokes for the world that I want to live in, where everything's just okay, and everyone's happy to be made fun of for everything, and it's like that's difficult sometimes, and like people don't like it.
Can we also just register that to that Jimmy went, and I was like, I thought he just went. I thought Jimmy
just walked out.
And then he just I went, there was no more Jimmy.
So what's happened here is almost every single galaxy has gone.
Yeah,
and I'm fucking furious about it.
But no, I agree with you.
But I understand your point that you don't want to just skirt over the surface.
I don't, because the great thing about swimming is that you go in and out of the water.
No, it's not.
It's not how I can't swim.
I can't swim. Stereotypes.
I can't, yeah, but like those kind of things we can explore.
Do your tits not float?
Huh? I don't float. I just sink straight away.
Well, black people do have higher bone density.
No, I don't think it's that, because everyone I know who's black can swim. I can't swim because I was never taught.
That, but it's why you would sink. Sinking is based on density.
Listen,
I know, but like,
it's
more
been
fat
locked.
you got, the more you float.
What do you? So am I fat and heavy boned? I don't understand. Did you guys it's just like nothing to do with the Erasmo, just a fat shit. No, I don't float. I've never floated. And my teacher when I was in college, like mid prep college, they was just like they would try and teach me how to swim. I would have to sit out like halfway through the session because I would exhaust myself because I can only doggy paddle. I can't figure out. I don't believe it'll happen. I don't believe I'll move. So I'll drown. And then the teacher was like, he thought I was joking. Corporal Brown thought I was joking. So he went, just jump in, you'll be fine. And I went, are you sure? And he went, yeah. If anything happens, I don't think. And he was like, come to the other side, come to the other side. And I got myself a stitch. And then I just sank to the bottom. And then they had to get in, coming after me. Because I was in the middle of the pool. And no one, they just like, they fished me out. And then he bought, actually, to be fair to him, he bought me McDonald's because he felt bad that he convinced me to drown myself.
You can do it, Mo.
I went, are you sure? Dear. He went, yeah. And then I jumped in and I go, he's not coming up. Somebody better go after him.
So tell me about Joy White in a...
That's all I know about Joy White.
I don't know anything about it.
I know about...
I couldn't listen to that video.
I saw... what's her face was talking about it. I don't know why I've turned away from you.
Who's
but I'm stretching this leg. Huh? I want to
like Naboo from the Mighty Bush. I'm gonna have to turn my back on you.
No, I was just stretching my leg. But ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw there was a genuine conversation. Because sometimes we just have to air our stresses on tape.
I like what just happened.
The moment the camera goes off, we're gonna go to blows. Jimmy hands us a massive zob each, and we just throw at each other. Actually, we can do it here. In the
Tell
Facebook.
me.
Yeah, Joy,
including the stuff.
So she's this academic lady, and I just found her really. You just Google her, and if you do, you do. But basically, Kano has been doing. See, you want the hands, right? This is for those guys who. Those guys that are talking. Kano's been doing these Newham talks, and she's my Black of the Week, and I'm gonna just be stealing people that he brings on. It's not just black people that he interviews, but because Newham, it's all just people who grew up in Newham, and it's just a really interesting book. So,
but tell me about Joy White.
Joy White, she's just an academic.
Who does what? She's written this book?
She's written this book. It's all about the idea of neoliberalism and how meritocracy, this promise that we've been given that if you work hard enough.
It's a very... that's what America's built on.
Yeah. It's the Gatsby
such
story.
A lie.
Mm.
So do we say this on this podcast where it's like, what a thing to convince genius, to convince everyone in your country that if their life is terrible, it's their own fault.
Yeah.
And some people's lives would be better if they worked harder or did certain things. Everyone's life could be better within their own reach. But it's where the fucking ceiling is for everyone and where the starting point is for everyone. That's fucking...
Like, fucking, I was watching documentaries about Elvis recently, and that guy was sad. The end of his life was the most depressing thing. His papa just like blow it. And they're like, he's the American hero, and the American hero died on opioids because he couldn't negotiate in him. He was still eating like a poor person, even though he was really rich. So it was an endless supply.
Yeah.
And another point is, the reason why tax in America, the reason why they don't like socialism is because all of them think that one day they'll get rich.
Yeah,
And so
they're just temporarily embarrassed millionaires. That's
yeah.
Did we talked about the fact that like generally Americans don't think the health service is a good idea?
Yeah. That's
I'm just
crazy.
like, how have you gotten to this point? That's fucking wild.
That's so mad that adults who have been sick have who then like between their jobs, if you change jobs there, you can lose healthcare for like a few weeks. How scary is that? Like yesterday when I saw that, when I helped that guy up, and then the ambulance comes, and I just tossed him in there. In America, they'd ask for papers.
Well, in the last one we talked about the GoFundMe. You know, that's become technically a third of theirs are all medical things. They've become like.
Did a funny tweet about GoFundMe today.
Go on.
Where I said it was me when I see a comedy club started GoFundMe, but they've never booked me, and it was just Edna Mode from The Incredibles. Going, I never look back, darling. It detracts from the now.
Who's the club? Tell me later. Don't forget.
Oh, Jonglers is back.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Can't wait till we all have stories. That's all I want. I want to have a story that because every comic, there's a certain point when like, because it stopped just a few years before I started. So like you can tell who started.
We should explain
when.
what Jonglers is.
It's basically a chain of clubs that the brand itself went into administration,
But it has a reputation as
as not paying people on time and
awful gigs,
and having some rough gigs,
like groups of 40.
Listen, I'm still trying to get booked by
parties.
No, they have this bad reputation, and they owed a lot of comics money, and so like.
And they're back, baby. Yeah.
And they're back, baby.
And we're back.
That's how. That's
such a fuck you to all these like comedy clubs who are like, we're struggling for money, and Jonglers just kicks the door down and goes, we're back.
They waited. They were like, when everyone was quiet.
And they all fall. They're just buying all.
They
the
wouldn't do
venues.
this if it wasn't a pandemic.
Yeah.
But you gotta respect the hustle. That's the hustler mentality. You gotta, when your enemy is down, you come attack. You only hit a kid. You never hit an adult. This is the motto of my Art of War. Only attack nurseries. Just take women and children.
That's the Obama School of War.
So,
we are running at 6 minutes past the hour.
Oh fucking hell!
We're gonna lose like half of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, we should fucking.
Okay. By the way, one last thing. We can do that. I'll do that. No, because that's gonna be the new year. The Times Person of the Year. What do you think? Because there's Irish and a black person.
Oh, Biden and Harris.
And Harris.
But they just always give it to the president-elect. It's only ever happened in 1996 was the only time they haven't given it to the president-elect.
We should.
This is boring as fuck. It's a bit weird that they put Kamala in. Kamala.
Well, it's only because what's the game? Biden is only there as like he's basically just a seat warmer until he dies.
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
a puppet.
push his corpse off.
She
And
just has. She has her arm right up his.
Yeah.
Body crease.
All that video said to me about him when she was like, "You're president now." It's like him going, "What?
What? I'm a resident now." Are you finally putting me in a home?
Can I retire?
I'm a resident. I didn't even go to medical school.
He had like we didn't do it. We didn't do this podcast while it was going on the elections. But we should for this episode we should the cover photo should be us in a Times Person of the Year. I'll be Kamala. You'll be Biden.
Biden Harris. That's us. Mo Biden. Oh, that would be better though.
Mo Biden, yeah. But it's because he's Irish, isn't he?
Yeah, like, but
Apparently Delaware is the most dodgy state in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the lowest.
Is that where he's
It's
from?
a tax haven. It's the state he runs.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's
And he
a tax
catches the
haven.
train
Well,
to
there's
the...
no such thing as left wing in America. It doesn't exist.
No. It's just...
No,
it's
they're
just
neoliberals.
neoliberalism, see?
Yeah,
all
somebody should
coming
make a video about that.
Hello, I am...
Hello and welcome to the Poor
The-
People
the-
Need
the-
to Try Harder podcast.
The basically, okay, we should... that's the point. That was good. So anyway...
My Black of the Week,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
it happened like weeks ago, I just think, and then especially by the time this episode comes out,
Months now.
Dave Chappelle's probably dead by now. I'm sorry. Comedy Central took him out.
Yeah, an accident happened.
But yeah, he released a special of sorts. It was like a 20 minute clip thing called Unforgiven, where he talks about the fact that Chappelle's show has been put on Netflix recently, and he's not getting any money for it, obviously, because he walked away from the show. And it's legally, like, he broke the contract, so he doesn't get any of that money. So that's like whatever. But it's that difference between what's legally right and what's like morally right. What should have happened, what did happen. He was like 20, 21, like when he did the Chappelle show. He was so fucking young.
Also, it's how much they owed him compared to how much they were willing to pay him. Have you heard? So basically, they owed him equity. So they were like, if you get this many numbers, we'll give you this much. So the amount they actually owed him for those amount of seasons that he'd already done was about 500 million.
Okay.
Because they couldn't even understand the popularity because they gave him a rate. They were like, if you get this, we'll get this. So when it went way out of what they were like, well, obviously we're not paying you that.
Yeah.
We'll give you 50 million. And then he was like, and then they were like, oh, well, we can't pay you that. And he was like, well, I'm not going to do the next season for you. They're like, you're not going to walk away from 50 million. And he went, yes, I will. And they were like, he basically apparently got on a plane, and by the time his plane landed at home, they'd already released stories of him being crazy.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is a crackhead. Dave Chappelle is this, that. And that's why he went to South Africa and just didn't come back for ages. But, like, basically, he didn't walk away with 50 million. He refused to not be paid the rest of his money.
Yeah.
Right, which is madness.
But on the more recent thing, though, but
that's the same story, like.
Then, but then the follow-up to that is Netflix.
Netflix had took down the Chappelle show, which is good.
We never got it, though, in Britain.
No, I've only seen clips on YouTube.
I think I remember watching
I remember to have a friend called Jamal who used to just quote Chappelle's show at us, but none of us had seen it when we was in college. And he used to go, and he was very, do you know those people who are way too tactile? Don't you hate it when people do that?
Yeah.
But basically, that's where I learned it. He's one of those people who's just handsy because he's Arab. So he's just like constantly just touching you. He's like hugging you. And he would always be like, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap! But he would actually slap you. And it's, which is assault. But he would do it all the time. And he would just keep quoting Chappelle. But do you know how annoying it is when people quote stuff at you that you've never seen? So you just think that he'll just go, ha ha, and just like a voice, and we'd be like, are you okay? And he'd be like, yeah, it's Chappelle show.
Yeah.
We've not seen it, man. So that was a great story. I had an ending as well. Happy New Year.
Dave Chappelle, I mean, we all fucking know who Dave Chappelle is, and if you don't, but it's just like that sense of, God, it just seems so hard to own anything that you make anymore. And the culture is always just pitch it to someone. And I don't know whether I'm just being an idiot, but I see all these comedians constantly going, Can I make this for you? Can I make this for you? And they're pitching sketches that are very, very makeable. Do you know what I mean? Like they're sending them off to the BBC. Can I make a BBC short out of this sketch idea? And I'm like, why are you pimping yourself? Do you mean, why are you walking up to the big monster that won't
really care and a little dark?
Oh yeah, but that used to be the way you did it, wasn't it?
Yeah, but why are we still?
But also, it's like it's
because they were transitioning.
I think the difference is though
YouTube and everything. The problem with YouTube is
it was just
its own
ahead.
ecosystem and own.
I think the difference is though that you don't need like people just they just want to write the pitches. No one, they don't actually want to make it. If you really wanted to make it, you'd find a way to make it. Like
That's the thing. I remember there's a comedian.
It's very hard to make something.
yeah, no, 100%. But it's like when you go to those things.
Not these days. It's not.
Like I've started.
Hard to make something properly. But it depends what you want.
But it's like this. If you watch those BBC shorts, they're not that. They're all single camera.
This would be hard to make. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like a little sketch, like those shorts, they're just little sketches, really.
It's just two
Yeah,
people
yeah,
talking,
yeah, yeah.
And also just work within the confines of what you have. Like, there's a comedian, Colin Geddes in Belfast. People always message into his podcast and go like, "Oh, I'm looking to get into videos." They don't do it as much anymore, but like back in the early days, people were like, "Oh, I'm looking to get into making videos." Looking to, and he's always just like, "If you wanted to be making videos, you'd be making videos." And there's the thing, like with the podcast and stuff. Like I know with the cameras and shit and whatever, but like. You can have
don't need
these,
it, yeah.
you do it on your phone in between you at a fucking table. Look at Bill Burr. His podcast for the first 10 years of it was the worst audio quality of anything I've ever heard.
They used to
in my
call
entire
into a mail service,
Yeah.
and they would just like edit.
And
it
it's
to the
like
phone.
you.
Put it into a mail.
Why are? But why
like
are?
a mail? Or
Why
voicemail
do we
thing.
just like? I'm like, what? But why is everyone going like, oh, BBC Sounds? Can we? I know you want to get your money or whatever, but like, then they own the fucking name of the thing. They own that show, and it's like, why don't we just fucking make it? Why don't like just make your shit and like
Also-
hopefully and generally I like to believe that the audience will fucking come through if you make funny shit
No, do you
or
know
just good shit, like just make it good and people will come.
Do you know the shitty part is as well is the fact that they'll be like stick to the topic. That's what I hate when you can't like when we had that just little argument. We're like, we're gonna keep that in.
Yeah,
They would be like, oh, it's not relevant to the topic.
it's not
that-
smiley fucking
it's
dance
not relevant to the
monkey
topic, and it's like no, because when you listen to something, you want to hear people talk shit. You want to
it's
hear.
a podcast. It's an inherently long form fucking thing.
Yeah, I've heard the weirdest shit in podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
You hear like when you who are those guys, the dirty guys, the basement guys? What's their name?
Cometown,
No,
Legion of Skanks.
Legion of Skanks.
They're both kind of a Venn diagram.
Are they okay? Well, they're terrible because there's this one thing where he just had they bought a doll. What's it called? What are those black dolls that people say aren't racist?
Gollywog.
Yeah, they've got gollywogs on the thing. And
I was
he's
on scout camp once and there was a mug with a gollywog on it.
Jesus
And everyone would fight over the gollywog mug. And I didn't know why the older
You just want it because it's
scouts,
popular.
but no, like the older scouts were like all laughing about the fact that there was a gollywog mug in this. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say gollywog.
Which country is this? This is happening in.
It was in Belfast. It's in the mountains.
You don't have black people, but you have gollywog things.
Obviously, we were like, isn't it mad there's people who look like this? But am I allowed to say gollywog?
I don't know, man. That's up to them. That's up to them.
Turns out it's just a mug of Nelson Mandela.
Whoa, okay, then he's gonna get canceled. We're gonna just start publishing pictures of him. That's why I tag you in every video I post of. I'm like, if you want to look for the third voice, it's that guy.
But I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a funny. I thought that the older guys had just made up a name for this little character that was on the mug, and they were like a gollywog mug.
They
And
were
then-
saying these are scout leaders.
No, they're like older scouts. And yeah, the leaders as well. But I was just like, I was just like, oh,
It's all a brotherhood. It's all.
But I was just like, oh, why is that? I didn't know why it was funny, but I was like young, so I was like, oh, I want the gollywog mug as well.
I want the golly mug.
And I remember a guy put on like a balaclava and then like came around the corner once and he was like, I'm a gollywog. And we were like,
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Was this a kid or a scout leader?
okay, one of the kids.
Don't like.
No, it was one of the kids. But we just didn't. Well, I didn't fucking know.
It was a campfire and he was just dancing. He was like, and this is how they do everything.
This is my problem. I'm so like in my own little world that they could well have all just like known that and just like being fucking racist. But I like in my head it was just like, oh, nobody knew.
But you're like.
There could have been black people in Belfast when I was growing up. I wouldn't.
There
have
is.
noticed.
I've met black people in Belfast.
Yeah, there's like
they all come to me.
there's a
They
few.
go, welcome, brother.
There's a
and-
few.
There's a few. There's a black comic.
There's a guy called
isn't there?
Charlton.
No, there's a comic.
An
An Irish comic.
Donnie. He's English.
No. There's a black Irish comic from Belfast.
Donnie. He's English.
No, he sounds Irish.
No, he doesn't.
There's a different guy
It
that
might sound Irish to you.
there's a guy who works in Dalston in a pub, and he's a comic as well, and he's from Ireland, and he has a thick Irish accent, and it's like when you go to Edinburgh and you meet the Indians with like a thick Scottish accent.
There's a Chinese guy in Belfast City Centre who hands out flyers for the bus tours, and it's so mad because he looks so Chinese, but he goes city tours.
I just love those.
Anyone for a city tour?
I wish I had a regional accent because it just.
Your accent's so weird, man.
Yeah,
No
there was,
offense.
there
but
was a
it's
lady. No, 100%. There was a girl who watched a self tape of mine, and then she
It's
went.
not Tim McGarry. The whitest man ever.
I typed in black Northern Irish comedian, and they went for the type of comedy.
Oh, black.
Rather
guy,
than-
yeah.
The
Do you know in Irish black people are called blue people?
Shut up.
And Ban Gorham. In Gaelic,
Gorham.
in Ban it means a blue man, but that's what we call black people. Because in Ireland, anything black is like devil.
Is blue a devil's color there?
No, blue is just what we call.
Associate with evil.
No,
they're calling them not evil.
the word
they don't wanna
black
say-
in Irish has evil
so they
connotations.
went like, you move over there. We're using this. So black
Yeah, they
people
were
arrived
like-
and they were
but-
like,
but-
black
and
is already
Irish people-
taken.
They were like, black's evil and you guys seem sound. You can be blue.
Yeah. So are there?
I
places-
think we assumed that they just came out of the ocean.
and there's like, because those beautiful mountains in those trailers, you know, in every Irish film there's that trailer, and the black people like climbing,
Dun, dun.
like a zombie film.
Yeah,
It's like Z Nation.
Like in
Brad Pitt is fighting though.
like in Us, the Jordan
yes,
Peele
yeah,
film.
yeah.
And I was like,
Hands Across America.
oh god, that
Um,
film spooks me.
that's a
so
great film.
much.
Have we got any Irish?
Yes, I have
Yes.
definitely. I have an Irish, but you go first. 'Cause
Adam from the Late Late Toy Show, as it's just after Christmas when this comes out. The Late Late Toy Show is
What's
like
it about?
it's a show on RTE, which is the national broadcaster of Ireland, and they basically get a bunch of kids on and like show off like the best toys of the year or whatever. I don't really know. I never really. It was more of a down south thing. We never really watched it.
a
that much.
toy show.
Yeah, so it's like Ryan Tuberty, who's like one of the biggest presenters, hosts. He normally hosts the Late Late Show, which is just a talk show, kind of similar like a late night.
Oh
show.
yeah, okay.
Like a Graham Norton type thing, but a bit more, whatever. Also, Graham Norton, also Irish, but
Is he?
yeah.
I'm gonna sound it.
He
Well
is
done.
very, very
Well
posh,
done,
very,
him.
very posh. Good man. He's our Oprah. When people go, Irish people are fine. Look at Graham Norton.
He used to do like drag, didn't he?
He used to do stand up.
No, yeah. He used to do it at the Pleasance. He had
Are you
his
talking about Graham Norton?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he was the runner-up when he did the Perrier Award.
Really?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Everybody goes. Nobody knows. Nobody remembers who the guy who won that year.
That's funny.
No idea who he is.
But Adam, there was this little kid on
Mm-hmm.
who's in a wheelchair. 'Cause he's got, and in his words, brittle bones. Little, very like, little, I've got brittle bones. And he is the cutest little bastard in the whole fucking world.
Is that him?
Yeah. He's an adorable little
I
cunt.
thought you were making up that voice.
I've got brittle
It's
bones.
a real child.
I've got brittle bones. And he wants to be, and he ran toward, he's like, oh, so what's...
Oh,
yeah,
come
what
on.
do you...
Now I look bad if I
what do
laughed
you-
at that.
What do you want to be? Like, when you grow up,
You're
he's
such
like,
an evil
he
cunt.
wants to be ground control captain for NASA. And he was like, oh, would you not want to be like an astronaut? And he's like, no, because I've got brittle bones. And he said, so I have to stay on the
Look at his
ground. So I
eyes.
have to
They're
be,
massive.
I'd like to be... And then everyone was tweeting about it, and some NASA astronauts tweeted him being like, you can do it, Adam. But get up the wee video of him.
Can they see this? Can they see the child?
Yeah, they will. They'll be here. Magically.
This video.
Yes.
Oh, he's gonna be so cute, and I fucking resent you for not telling me it's a real person before.
Real fucking cute. Obviously, he's a real person.
I just thought
It was a toy.
I thought it was just a voice you made up. Okay, mate. COVID. Don't worry,
What's the
guys.
name of that amazing porter guy you mentioned?
Oh yeah, and they brought out the porter from the hospital.
Porter guy.
Who hasn't
The man
seen
says
in
that
months.
lovely porter who was helping you. John Doyle?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he seems really nice. He's like your Willy Wonka, I think, is he? Just one of those nice people in life. When was the last time you saw him?
The last time I saw it was when I was at Temple Street and I had the Hulk with me.
Okay, so about a year ago, I'd say, was it? It's a long time now.
No, it was actually this year.
Oh, this year. Okay, so thereabouts. Would you like to meet him tonight?
Yeah,
Would you like me to bring him out from the sky for you?
yeah,
Would you like to say hello to him in about 20 seconds?
yeah.
What would you like to say to him?
I would like to say hello.
Hey, everybody. Let's get John out here. The nicest. Look at the peach. Let's see if he's going to emerge. There he is.
Hi, Adam. Hi.
It's John Doyle, the nicest hospital porter in Ireland. All right. Hey, John.
Great to see you, Adam.
Moving that peak.
Hey, flash up your hug so you can give him a virtual hug. Because you can't hug him right now because of the thing. Good boy. Because the last time you met, you could have hugged him.
We could have.
And you could have given him a high five. So flash up the hug. It's a virtual hug. Oh, give him a hug. John, we met this little boy earlier on today, and everyone's talking about him like he's like some sort of Zen.
You got home drunk
What
as
is
sad.
it about this kid?
Adam has such an infectious smile that even the darkest
I'm getting closer.
planet out there would light up. And everybody who he meets, he just brings the best out in people. He is just unbelievable.
And you give him presents and things?
Paul, can you
Well,
pause for a
I'm the
second?
link person
But
in the
this man
presence
is
between
related.
a lot of other people.
No. Can you
But
pause
we
for a
like to try
second?
and do across, see how...
I just want to dissect this. First of all, fuck you for bringing the cutest thing. Happy New Year, guys. I hope you're listening to this on the saddest day when it's like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and then
Just Adam's wee face will light up your day.
hello.
I've got brittle bones.
But first of all, that guy was just stood behind that giant peach for ages.
The whole show.
But what? So this show is this guy who just does toys, and it's like a children.
No, the host is just a normal host of a late night show.
and also
He's like
greatest
the
job in the
Graham
world, because he has to have don't have to have any charisma for that job. He's been cute kids.
Norton. No, but he does the normal talk show. So the normal Graham Norton type thing, that's Ryan Tuberty, that's what he does. And then at Christmas, you do the late toy show, which is a very big thing for people, particularly in the south of Ireland. I don't really know what it is. I've never really watched it, but this is cute as fuck.
Yeah.
Very cute little Adam boy.
Oh mate, press play.
Can you see if you can find the bit where he talks about wanting to be a spaceman?
Well,
Because
it's
it won't
still
be.
halfway
It won't.
through.
No, it isn't in this bit of the video. It's not when the porter's there.
What's RTE? Is that's the?
Yeah, radio, television, Aaron. So like,
But
What's his name?
there's several. RTE 3, 4.
there's RT 1 and 2,
Oh.
and there's
okay.
TG Caher.
I follow them on Twitter.
TG Caher.
Yeah.
That's
People
the
always
Irish language.
People always talk about the banter on there. Someone was yesterday. There was like a thing about like whoever it is the intern is.
I want to
bantering.
try and learn Irish.
When he met
but it's really
Chris
fucking-
Hadfield? Is that what you're talking about?
Not when he met him, but just when he says he wants to be a spaceman.
I wanna be.
Twitter.
Yeah, I mean it is on Twitter. Just type in on Twitter, Adam Late Late Toy Show.
That's great. That's gonna blow mine out the water.
Right. And so that was the Irish. Have you got one more?
Yeah, mine's Hosier.
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 Yeah,
Hosier.
yeah, Hosier.
You're emphasizing the second half of the word hosier.
I don't hear the difference.
You're saying hosier.
Yeah,
Hosier.
Hosier.
No, put the emphasis
You're
on
saying a hose ear.
hosier.
A hose ear
Hosier.
or
Hosier.
Hosier.
No, hosier. Just go away. Just fall off it. Hosier.
Hosier.
No, you're
When
still
he's
hosier.
saying that girl is a
Hosier.
bit hosier,
Hosier.
you're saying hose ear.
Like nosier, but hosier. Say
I just
nosier.
write it, I
Say
don't-
nosier.
They did
Say nosier.
Nosier.
No, say nosier as in more nosy.
Nosier.
What the fuck?
No, you're now
Like,
saying nose ear. Right.
he's quite nosy, but she's nosier. Say that.
She's quite nosy, but he's nosier.
What the fuck is happening? Why are you emphasizing this? Nosier.
I-
Why are you
I'm-
emphasizing the E in the middle? Hosier.
This must be just how I talk. I don't hear the difference at all. I'm saying the same thing. as you.
Hosier.
Nosier. Hosier.
There we go.
Hosier.
Nope.
This feels like this. Are you guys being serious? It sounds
Yeah.
the same.
Hosier, or you're going hosier.
Okay, is this the band?
No, it's a guy. It's take me to church.
Yeah, that guy. Oh, is it just the guy? I thought it was a band.
Yeah.
Not the Hoosiers.
There he is.
I don't know how you spell it.
Who's this?
The Hosiers. I'm
Hoosiers.
starting to worry about
I
rain.
didn't know they're Irish, actually. The Hosier.
He's
It's a guy.
Irish descendants.
I didn't know he was
I
Irish.
think his parents.
No, he's Irish. He's a big giant. He's fucking 8
Well,
foot
his-
tall.
well,
Have you
it's
seen
just-
how tall he is?
It's just on Tagaire on Twitter. They said this is why it's
TG Carr.
TG Kaher, but I've always just been writing as Tagaire. Or whenever I'm reading it,
Okay.
they're always like, Hosea wants to learn Irish.
Yeah.
And then people were like tweeting him saying, "I'll teach you for free on Zoom."
All you have to do is suck my tits. Hosier height.
Who would write that?
Look, he's 18 foot tall.
That's such a. That's not 18 feet.
He's 6'5". He's 6'5".
He's 18 feet tall.
He's a big gangly
Him and that tall
Celtic-
Chinese dude.
Celtic giant who lives in the woods.
6'6", yeah.
6'6". He's same height as Kobe and better at guitar and flying helicopters.
I'll see you at the jobs line with the Irish affair.
Kobe.
Love it. And why is he your Irish of the
Because he
week?
was because I just
He was
realized.
on someone else's podcast, wasn't he?
Because no, he was just he was on Tagaire and
TG Carr.
TG Kaher and tomato
Which
Tagaire,
just means
Kaher.
TG4. Carr
Oh.
is 4.
Oh, okay. TG Kaher, he was on that and he basically
You've never made Irish sound more like...
Arabic.
Yeah. TG Carr.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. They so basically they said they basically I just follow them on
So it was
Twitter.
on TG Allah.
Huh?
Go on.
TG Afar, which means Somali, that means four. Afar. So TG Afar.
Can you see how Arabic and weird languages like that are linked to Irish? All the North African shit is Somalia and North Africa.
It's East Africa. It's the deepest East. It's Ethiopia. Well, but originally the Iraqis, Mesopotamia, and then when the Mongols took over, they ran away. We packed our bags. We've always been immigrants, and we just kind of scoot all the way to the east of Africa. That's a long way to run. I would just move next. Like I would just imagine someone.
That
like,
probably links up to Ireland.
I mean, it's a coastal city, and since Irish people, they're famous for making boats, aren't they?
Yep.
There's the,
Tenuous links. Yeah.
they
To be
have
fair, Titanic's a boat.
yeah, and they made it in Ireland.
Yeah, in Belfast.
So, yeah, so
You
Don't
get
really be proud
t-shirts.
of that.
You can get T-shirts, which Michael McIntyre has ripped off in his new special. T-shirt says it was fine when it left here, and Michael McIntyre was like, "That's a funny joke. I'll tell it on Netflix for millions of pounds."
yeah, fucking class. And that's why you see the difference in the corporations.
Yeah, Mo
Good.
goes, but fair play to him. Fair play to him.
You know,
And
you
I
gotta
go,
respect that.
You can't.
You have to respect that. You do have to. Do you remember, Vittorio? The worst thing you can say to him is, "You have to respect that." Vittorio goes, "No, I don't. No, I don't."
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
People goes, "You have to give it up for him." No.
You have to give them kudos.
It's like because people were like he
You
murdered.
have to
loads-
respect them for selling out. No, I don't. It's the opposite.
Oh yeah, dog
People
of the
have
week.
to pay him. That's
Dog
how
of the
that
week.
works.
Dog of the week. We can agree on. We can pick McIntyre.
No, I have, because I realized last week on the podcast, I told a story that I forgot a really key element of, because I told the story of me bombing real bad. But then, because before the show, there weren't very many people there, so we did a tannoy announcement in Box Park being like, there's a comedy show starting in like 10 minutes, whatever. And then this mad guy with curly hair and like kind of sideburns a little bit comes up to like me and Jay Hanley, who was hosting, and goes, "I heard there was a comedy show on." and we
I
were
just
like,
hate it when he does my voice like that. I just wanted to see my friend.
and we were like, "Yeah, man, like grab a seat." And he was like, "No, I want to perform." And we were like, "What?" And he was like, "I'm a pretty funny guy. I want to perform on stage."
Where's this guy from?
And
It's Italian or
no,
Arab?
it's because it comes later in the story where he's
Okay.
from. And Jay was like, "Have you ever performed before?" He's like, "Yes, three times." One time I performed at my uni and it realized everyone else in show had mental health problems. I feel like I compete in Special Olympics and come last.
And he's not making jokes then. He's just being serious.
No, he's just always on. and then he's like, so there was that one at your uni, any others? And he was like, yes, Laugh Factory. And I was like,
what?
And he went, and Chuckle Hut. And we were, in my head, I was like, lie. You might have done the uni one.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that. And then Jay was like, look, there's not many people here. We're trying to get a few in. But if there is a show, I'll put you on for 5 minutes. It'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then people started to come in and we're like, oh shit, we're going to have to put it. And so that guy goes back to his mates to be like, I do show. And I was like,
His mates came and we went, hello, sorry about our friend's fake accent.
But I turned to when he left, I turned to the guys and went, that's the most confident refugee I've ever met in my life.
It was he?
And then he comes back and yeah, he was Palestinian and he was getting deported.
Palestinian?
The next day.
Fair dues to him.
So I ate a dick in the first half break. I thought everyone was going to leave because I shot on the gig so much. But they all stayed. He gets up and he's going, and he goes, he gets up and goes, I'm from Palestine. I done one gig before at my uni, but everyone else on lineup had mental health problems, and I felt like I was competing in Special Olympics, and I come last. And everyone laughs, and I was like, for fuck's sake, see if this little fucking arrogant refugee does better than me. And he goes, but at the end of it, he was like, listen, folks, I get deported tomorrow. Pray for me, clap for me like you clap for your doctors. And then he just constantly like, hack, 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 hack. And he did better than me, and I nearly fucking smacked him.
Did you offer to take his dip? Did you offer to get deported instead of him so that he could stay and start a comedy career?
I was like, you've earned it. I see why the Laugh Factory believes me. But when he was up, he's like, I lied. I told him I'd done 3 shows, but I only done 1.
It's the most honest guy. That's why he's getting deported.
But he definitely learned English by watching
comedy,
Seinfeld, like stand-up comedians. So he was constantly talking like, "What's the deal with What's the deal with Israel?
What's the deal?
They always keep a creep. Are you
coming or are you going?
It's really bad. Am I right?
Where's the water? Oh my god.
So that's my fucking dog of the week.
That's your dog. Is that guy your dog of the week?
Hope he loses his legs.
Poor guy got deported. Smashed it. What if someone had come up to him after he'd done and they went, "Hi, we're Netflix. We're here. We were just looking at some other comics."
I wouldn't fucking put it past them.
I mean, yeah, we've seen what they've.
Every friend group has a Jew, and if you don't think your friend group has a Jew in it, you're the Jew.
All my life, I wanted to be a Jew.
Am I right?
There's a lot of dancing. But
he closes by going, now I remember my first comedy gig, it was at my uni, and everyone else on lineup had mental health problems. I feel like I compete in Special Olympics and I come last. Thank you very much, folks. I see you later.
That's his one joke. So he closes on it.
And then eventually it's like, man single-handedly solves Middle East crisis with laughter. Like, brings 2 communities
they bring, it's like the Berlin Wall where they're pulling out the wall and they're just like,
and then the joke that gets was like, I went to university, I competed.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
So that's your dog of the week. Mine is gonna
the
be
voiceover actor from that fucking Twitter thing.
Mine. What was mine?
You said we were both gonna agree.
Yeah, but I want to pick that one so when we both don't have one, so I'll use something else. Mine is Matt Hancock, for crying on.
Oh,
national
the fake
TV.
cry! Can we get the what time we're on?
Yeah, Matt.
Whatever
he did
time
a fake
we're on,
cry. He's like, I'm just so proud to be racist.
He was just like,
Matt Hancock.
Okay.
Crying. Did you see someone tweet being like, this is why men have mental health problems, because you all mock them when they get emotional? I was like, this is not the hill to die on.
Look at him. If it's between men killing themselves more and letting Matt Hancock cry, I think we can all take the L.
I'll kill myself right now.
yeah. I'll jump.
The only worse actor than Matt Hancock pretending to cry is the fucking voiceover woman from that other video.
After this year, which has been so terrible for so many people, and the sacrifices people have made, and the losses that we've all suffered, to have this moment showing the way out is just absolutely fantastic.
Just simple words there, reacting it.
So funny. He's laughing. He looks like he's laughing.
Well, it's just, it's been such a tough year for so many people, and there's William Shakespeare putting it so simply for everybody.
Dog of the year.
We can get on with our lives.
He's crying with laughter. What did
a few
William
months ago, I've still got this worry that we can't
first
blow
guy
it
to get the
now, Piers.
vaccine.
We've still got to
Okay, can you
get
pause
the
this
vaccine
and then
into
find the one of him
millions
singing
of people, and
while
so we've
the
got to
pandemic
keep
was
sticking
going
by
on?
the
There's a
rules.
video
But
of him singing
it's just
karaoke.
there's so much work gone into this, and I'm
play them
really,
side by side.
really it makes you proud to be
This
British.
reminds me of, and I took the piss out of it ages ago on my podcast, where it was. Do you remember when? What's Tim Vine's brother called?
Jeremy Vine?
Jeremy Vine.
I don't think they're
They
related.
are brothers. They are related.
Are they actually?
They're brothers.
Jeremy
That was a joke.
Jeremy Vine.
The chat show guy in the morning show.
Oh yeah.
But do you remember in Brexity times when Jeremy Vine went on TV and was like,
This is the guy who was crying all about how hard he's been working.
it's been such a tough year, folks. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing this.
Was this the same night he gave that PPE contract to his mate at the pub?
This is around the same time.
It was around the same time. Yeah.
So just listen to him talking.
Hard year, my brother.
It's been hard year.
And then pause the music and just listen to him talking there.
Is that Paddy McGuinness on guitar?
To be fair, 3rd of October 2017.
Is he wearing the same suit?
That's not from the pandemic. That
is from the pandemic, no?
2017.
No. So okay.
You've been spun by the media.
So what's happening there? Because then it was something to do with the fact that during the NHS. Oh, it was during the doctors' freeze crisis. That's when that was happening. So if you go into the description, because I know there's a connection.
The description.
Where's the description?
Oh man, see if we could have someone producing this podcast that knows how to work a computer.
Sorry, I was looking at the comments.
He's just reading comments.
What do you
description?
Is there a description?
The description.
A description of this?
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
I love you.
Okay.
I love you.
What do you think? What?
So no, because that clip. So 2017. Do you remember? Because Last Leg and all these other TV shows were doing about it. It was when he was basically refusing to give when doctors were basically protesting against Hancock.
Yeah.
Because
are you talking about the last health secretary?
I'm trying to fact check myself before, so I'm gonna.
I think you're talking about the last health.
I'm just gonna Google this.
What was his name? Oh, Cunt. You're talking about Hunt.
No.
Talking about Hunt.
Jeremy Hunt. Hancock. No.
Jeremy Hunt.
Hunt. And so, what's your dog of the week then?
The Palestinian guy.
The what? Sorry.
The Palestinian guy.
The Palestinian guy. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, okay. Cut that whole thing out because the joke that I'd actually written was he's crying. And then the karaoke is him saying, "Don't stop me now." And he's like, "I really am just so tired. Don't stop me now. Oh God, I just can't believe we've made it. Don't stop me now." And that was the joke, not the. I was trying to remember the joke while telling it. Can we cut?
Yeah.
He won't do it. That's the worst thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Jimmy, no, it's all right.
But it's fine. Make me look smart, Jimmy.
You can get stuff wrong on a podcast. It's okay.
No, I'm just sick and tired of this guy having the editing button, and he cuts out all his ums and ahs. When we fuck up, it's fucking left in there.
Yeah, good. I'm an open book for you folks.
Oh no, I don't.
I'm fucking not. I'm a fucking. Do you know what I am? I'm a fucking
industry cuck.
I'm a Kindle. All right, okay. I'm deleting shit if you don't want to look at it.
So Black of the Week, our options are Dave Chappelle or boring
Joy White.
Grey face.
That wasn't her.
I know. I'm just doing it to piss you off now. I think we go Joy White seems more relevant, and it got us talking and really angry at each other. Enough, children.
Don't throw stuff, okay? That means it comes into the frame.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to.
The dog of the week. We've got the Palestinian or Matt Hancock. I also need a shit as well, so let's hurry up.
Okay. I think that it should be Matt Hancock.
No, you gotta take it away. You gotta give it to the Palestinian. He
guy,
deserves
yeah.
it. He got deported.
He died for his sins.
And Irish of the week.
You were the one
Little
who reported
Adam
him.
or who was your Irish of the week?
My Irish of the week. Oh, I think it's gonna be Joe Biden.
Well, it's gonna be Adam, isn't it? We gotta give it to Adam.
Adam,
the little wheelchair boy.
Oh, Irish of the week. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. No.
What's your Irish of the week? It wasn't.
Okay,
Biden,
what
was
doesn't
it?
matter.
Oh, it was
Listen,
Biden.
there is no real point
I
system.
really need a shit.
Okay, all right, we're done.
Thank you for listening to this episode of No Blacks, No Dogs, No Irish. Hit
If you
thumbs
want
up, hit
to-
subscribe. 5 stars on iTunes. Go.
So we've all had our fun this year. It's the end of the year thing.
In the start of the new year.
He
Hopefully
really needs to
2021.
poo, so let's really slow this.
No, it's
one
gone
down.
back in. We're okay.
Okay, so basically, it's been a great year. We started this thing. Hopefully next year we'll be doing much more.
It's not been a great year. It's been 2020.
It's been a great year for me. Okay, so
I've done all right.
yeah. Listen. You discovered us, and in a way, we discovered you. So
Shout out to nobodies.
So shout out to our nobodies.
Appreciate you guys.
Drop us a DM whenever. We're an open book. I'm a Kindle. Skeet, get that money, boy. And thank you very much. Have a good 2020. See, that's how you sign off. That's a goddamn professional. Ow! Fuck, my legs are dead. We've been sat for so long.